So I'm going to just chat a little bit now about after recovery. So, um, there's all these different stages of recovery, right? So in the last one, I was talking about how she had her first role and all that. So then it's going from, moving from her stall, moving to a bigger stall, moving to a pen, a small pen to a large pen, and then eventually back out into the pasture. So each one of these stages are a different stage and a different emotion for you to go through, because the first time I took her out of her pen for a walk, it's like you wanted to just hold each leg. When she went out and took her first roll, it was such panicky, right? Then when she went out into the bigger pen, it's another stage of this recovery. So as I said previous to, I took longer on each stage probably than I needed to, but half of that was for her and half of it was for me. I needed to know in my mind that I was giving her all of the time that she needed. And so this happened November. So then the next year, by springtime, later in spring, she's out, in the pasture living her life with the other horses. So that is hard to watch. Okay, so honestly, to this day, I struggle watching her lie down. And it was really bad after this. Because obviously I got to go to work. We're fortunate Mike works from home. So when I was at home, I would check on her like countless times a day, all day long, because I was just so panicky about her laying down. The minute she would lay down, I'd hold my breath until she got up. And here we are, we're working on 3 years later, and I still get a pit in my stomach when I see this horse lay down. And I think that will stay with me forever. And it happens with other horses too. It's almost like a traumatic, seems like a strong word, but it's like a traumatic event. It is just going to stick with me forever. So if you have somebody who has gone through this, just bear with them when they look like the crazy person because they're panicked because their horse is laying down and having a Sunday afternoon nap. It's really normal. The emotions that you go through for this are going to be up and down like a crazy, crazy roller coaster. But I'm happy to say Pearl recovered. She recovered well. The first time, so I rode her, but I was always so scared of riding her because I didn't want to hurt her. Okay, so I seen the scar, like I seen the incision. It was from the front of her legs to the back, like to her tits. Like it was the whole thing. So when the thought of getting on and riding her was one thing. The thought of trotting was another. The thought of loping, whole nother ball game. The thought of competing on her again was a total outside of my realm. And actually the first time that she went into the competition ring, my husband rode her because I couldn't. There was no way I could go in there. I'd have probably walked the pattern and not done it. So then there's the whole mental thing for yourself, for myself, to go through. And that's when you need to lean on your family and friends to support you through after recovery for yourself.